Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our final match of the day coming up for y'all. Revenge versus Team eHug, Day 2 of North America. I'm Zyori. With me now is K-Poptosis.
Dude, I'm excited about this match.
You should be.
I've been a huge Revenge fanboy for a long time. A lot of people might know them as former Arctic Gaming, I think they were Denial for a while. If any of y'all watched the American Dota League that happened about fall of last year, was it? Fall, winter? Well, yeah, it's definitely fall of last year.
Something like that.
I think so. They were actually third place behind Liquid and EG, and actually took some games off Liquid in that tournament, and they've stayed mostly the same. Yeah. They have a stand-in today, and I don't think Benjaz was on that team, but the core of Smash, Masoku, and Mihawk have been together since then. Yeah, so and they're a good team.
Looking at the group stage, they did win their first game, though it was against one of the easier matchups. They did beat C and B yesterday, but still off to a good start.
They're an okay team.
They did a good job. And
they do Peru proud.
Yeah, and they played well. It wasn't just a stomp because CNB played bad, but they also played well themselves. Right. So let's go ahead and hop into our draft here. We've got Revenge versus eHug, and stand-ins. Revenge actually will have one. Z-Talk. Not sure who he's in place of, but we will see Smash, Masoku, Mihawk, and Benjaz.
Yes. It's probably Benhas.
Benhas?
Come on, yeah, it's Peruvian.
You know what?
Actually, I don't know about, I mean, I know it's Spanish, but I guess it's still, I don't know. I doubt they ever pronounce a hard J even in Peru.
Benjaz. Yeah, that's a very American way to say it.
Benhas.
Benhas.
I actually don't know how you do Z's either.
Trying to think of a Spanish word. I had a few years of Spanish. I
took 3 years of Spanish.
My Spanish is awful, but I remember a word or two. Now, I will say... un poco. Un poquito. So, I'm going to go ahead and say it right here. eHug, Clockwork. We saw him yesterday. That was a Cake's Clockwork. I got a little bit of flack for giving him flack, but his hit rate on those hook shots had to have been like 20%. Yeah. It was comically bad. And I'm not just firing shots for the sake of it. It was like, even like the hook shots he's hitting were on like teammates. Just,
And hook shot's not a very hard spell to hit. The main problem is he had he was trying to do a lot of like point blank hooks. Like he was like running at people and they were kind of close and running away instead of like trying to be in a safe spot and like trying to hit on, you know, like a static target. He kept trying to get these like cute hooks. I think was the point. He was trying to be too cute instead of just getting like initiating with it from a distance, because that thing has a huge range.
It really does. You know, of all the skill shots, you know, like compared to like Marana Arrow or something, I personally at least think hookshot is a lot easier to connect with. The lead time isn't as hard. It has a very fast projectile, so you can kind of just point and click a lot of the time. So I don't know if he was just having an off day. Maybe he was lagging. I don't know what the circumstances were, but hopefully he's going to tone it up a little bit.
I mean, these are all going to be on U.S. servers.
Yeah.
So
it was against EG.
Yeah, so U.S. East, U.S. West, he's not going to have any ping issues.
Well, no, I mean, it could have been, like, on his end, I don't know, maybe he was, like, you know, Jimmy's having connection issues at his house, maybe.
That's true.
I'm just saying, I don't know what the circle... Oh, well, he's in the team house. He's in the team house.
No, Cakes is not in the team house.
Oh, Cakes is the one that's not in the team house.
Cakes is the one that's not in the team house, and that was a big deal. They almost didn't keep him because he wasn't at the team house. Okay. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way
I knew one of them wasn't, but I...
Because I knew for a while Cakes didn't play with them.
Okay, all right, so... I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but hopefully he has reevaluated his approach at Clockwork, assuming he'll be the Clockwork player again.
We'll give him another chance.
Oh yeah, we're gonna come in fresh, Cakes. I'm sorry.
I don't know about 100% fresh. We'll be kind of fresh.
Yeah, fresh, yes. You know, sometimes you got to call him like you see him. Whew. So anyway, now that that's been said, I don't know. Do you want to pull up Dota 2 Lounge? What are the odds here? I'm actually curious.
Who are the rares on? It's definitely going to be favoring eHug for sure. They're probably the more talented team. There is no bet.
Oh, there's no bet for this one?
There is no bet.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That is a bummer. Losing out on those betting views.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I would call this one. I think this is pretty even.
I would say no, it's not even. I've been hyping up Revenge, but one, they have a stand-in, and they just really don't have as much talent as eHug. This is maybe like one of those upset specials where it would definitely be an upset, but Revenge is like has an ability to make an upset more so than any other team that would maybe be.
I don't think whoever wins this game, I don't think you can say it's an upset either way. I really think this is a pretty even matchup.
Team eHug has played some very stiff competition and played relatively well.
What would you say are the appropriate odds for this game? Like
65, 65, 35.
65, 35?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's fair. That's within the realm. I'd say more like 55, 45 in favor of eHug.
I think it's that close. And I love me some revenge, but I don't think it's that close.
It's good. I like the caster disagreement, though. You know, it's good. We got a little back and forth going on here.
Yeah, it's cool.
I do like the revenge logo, though. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it looks pretty badass.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Or if it's just supposed to be a badass dude with 4 teeth. I don't know.
I don't know. Can't tell. It does look badass, though. I'll give him that. But the eHug logo, that looks badass, too. That's an effective adjective, badass.
I like
for two men hugging each other.
Yeah, well, I like that it's nice. You know, a lot of the other logos are focused around, like, killing, you know, electricity, speed gaming with a cougar. Like, it's all about these aggressive animals that are going to, like, eat snakes and...
We're just going to hug each other.
eHug's just like,
Let's
can't we all be friends? Come on.
Come on, guys.
Love thy neighbor.
Let's just be friends.
So, Visage Clockwork for eHug, 2 great first picks. The issue I take with these 2 heroes, they're not flex picks. You know exactly what they're going to do. Clockwork's your off laner, Visage is a support. I guess Clockwork could technically go mid, but we see that so infrequently. I think it's safe to say he's not really a flex pick.
No.
Still very good heroes, though, and Abaddon will be their second support, 3rd pick.
I don't like Abaddon when... Well, okay, no, I like Abaddon versus Mirana, because if someone gets long-range arrowed, you can Aphotic Shield them and get them free. That's really... I guess that's the whole reason behind the pick. You don't want to arrow the Abaddon because you never want to initiate on the Abaddon, at least after level 6. So yeah, I like the Abaddon pick. What I really like Abaddon against is like a Bat Rider.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because if you're fast enough, if your reflexes are good enough, you can get the lasso off someone. Especially before the Force Staff gets farmed up.
Yeah.
So
it's very true. Abaddon works super well in that scenario. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I guess it'll be probably I'm a Sheepsucks playing the Abaddon, and if he, whether or not this pick is good is based upon how many people he saves from arrows, like them getting hit and then him Aphotic shielding them in time to get away. He gets like less than 2 or 3. I would say they would have been better off going with another support.
Yeah. It's true. Abaddon is really a hit-or-miss support. You see some games where he's cleansing, like it's sort of like Tramp Protector. Some games where they don't have a lot of burst damage, he can cleanse and really have a big impact. And there's other games where they just get run over, and you think, man, if only that was a support with a stun, or a disable, or a slow.
He's 100% or like 80% his shield. Mist Coil is it's okay.
It's okay. It comes in handy, but
Curse on paper, Curse of Avernus is amazing, but how often do you actually see Abaddon's right-clicking? Like they can kind of run into team fights because of their ult and click a little bit, but it's not big. It's
Curse of Avernus is an odd one because Merlini and I were just talking about this the other day, where I think there are some cases when a value point can be used in that before level 6, where Abaddon can just run up you that one auto attack. All you need is that small movement speed buff, and you know
it's good in lane.
You can set up some kills with it. The problem is the debuff duration is really short, and the buff duration 5 seconds. That's useful, but not the most. 4.5. So obviously that's a weird build. You only see Curse of Avernus if it's a carry Abaddon.
Now, if you're an ability draft and you're a ranged hero and you get Curse of Avernus.
Now there you go.
Recon.
There you go.
We're gonna see a Rehoboros Magnus. I think Rehoboros plays a really good Magnus. Hopefully,
I would say one of his signature heroes.
Yeah, hopefully he can get out of his slump. As we see an Axe pick now, I love this because I'm hoping this is an Axe mid.
It could be.
Because they know it's a Magnus, right? And they know they already have their... it's either going to be Clockwork or Magnus mid. It's like 80% Magnus mid. If for some reason they might put Clockwork mid. I don't think I've ever seen Rehoboros do it, but he can do it. So they know they're going up against 2 melee mids, and Axe destroys melee mids. We've seen Bulba do it.
Yeah.
So I hope this is a mid Axe, and what I hope to see is an aggressive tri-lane with Mirana, Crystal Maiden, and another support. Slark solo safe and Axe in the mid because Axe will wreck Magnus or Clockwork in lane.
You know, I had to say I 100% agree with you, my friend. I think Axe solo mid is one of the most underrated things that we see in the competitive scene right now that is really viable. And we did just see Bulba do it. Was it yesterday or the day before? I saw it not that long ago. And it can be devastating. Like you said, especially against melee heroes, they get near the creep wave. You just throw a right click, you get aggro from the creeps, you do that counter helix all over the place. And it's not fun for the opposition. And also Battle Hunger, don't underestimate that ability. It does a fair bit of damage, and against a melee, it's so easy for Axe to zone them out.
We got a sniper. Picking a sniper is so ballsy into a Mirana Slark.
Yeah. And
a
an
lot
axe
of
for that
lot of
matter.
long range like initiation abilities there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. So Smash on Axe, do you think? Smash is he's their mid player.
It's
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we saw him mid yesterday. I know Smash is he's their big playmaker. He's obviously their
Smash
drafter
is good.
here.
Yeah, Smash is good.
He's the one that he's pretty well known.
Yeah.
He's a familiar face. And okay, they will go Darkseer with their final pick.
No, it's support Axe. Unless it's a support Mirana.
It might be a support Mirana. We
Smash,
have
please.
seen that increasing.
Smash, please. No, Masoku is. Oh no. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
it looks like a
Masoku's
Smash
support.
Axe. Okay.
I think he's their mid player. Let's hope we're not wrong about that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive.
All
But
right,
again,
well,
some of these teams don't have their roles that set.
yeah.
Especially some of the lesser known teams, the roles aren't quite as rigid. So it could be an axe in the jungle. We won't, cross that off the realm of possibilities.
It's just the question here is whether or not we jiggle or not.
Whether we jiggle. Yeah, this is the actual Jiggle Billy. Not Billy, this is Jiggle Billy.
Jiggle Billy.
This is the real
It's
deal.
really important, actually, because he's probably the biggest part of Team eHug, because Sniper is probably the single worst playing from behind carry in the game. If he doesn't get a good start, if he doesn't get some items before 15, 20 minutes in the game, he's just food.
Single worst playing from behind. That is a bold statement.
Who's
and
worse?
I want to disagree with you, but I'm having trouble coming up with somebody who's actually worse.
At playing from behind.
Playing from behind, yeah. We're not talking raw carries. We're talking, seen that video too, that GIF too many times. Yeah, I don't know. Playing from behind throws a wrench into the mix. I mean, pretty much every carry's bad at playing from behind for the most part.
Luna's really good at playing from behind.
Yeah, she can recover.
You can still farm up some items, and if you get lucky in a team fight and get an eclipse and get a double kill off, you're right back in the mix.
I would say Ember Spirit's worse. At
Playing from behind?
He's pretty bad when he falls behind.
But he can farm pretty fast.
Point in case, Sing Sing earlier today.
That's true.
He fell behind.
Yeah.
And what did he have at the end of the game? All he had was a Desolator and a crit.
That's true.
But point well taken. Sniper definitely does not play well from behind.
No,
Even if he's not the worst, he still is not
what
you're
bad.
looking for once he falls back. And well, at least there are some long range initiates, but there's no Storm Spirit, there's no Clockwork on the other team. So the Mirana Arrow is manageable, much more manageable than trying to deal with a hook shot.
Right.
Like Clockwork he poos on Sniper. That's what do you do when you get stuck in cogs?
This is how much they realize that Axe wrecks melee heroes. Jiggle Billy is taking Sniper mid. Magnus is going to lane in the safe lane with a support over having to play mid versus Axe.
Yep. And now the real question is, how will Smash fare against Sniper? Axe versus Sniper, that's a weird one.
It's a weird one. I don't really know. We'll see how. I've never released it before in
Honestly,
competitive Dota.
This is unprecedented.
I actually want to know how many games there have ever been with Axe and Sniper in the same match.
Yeah. Can you check on the opposition?
I can find multiple heroes in the same. Actually, I don't. Can I?
On opposite. Oh, yeah, team 1.
Oh, yeah,
team
I can
2.
do team interaction. So you just look at.
All right. We'll let our statsmen do that. I'll introduce our rosters here. On the Radiant side, we've got Team eHug. They are the favorites coming into this game. It will be Ryu Borez playing on his signature Magnus. As we were just talking about, he will be in the solo safe lane on the Radiant side. And I say solo hastily, as I'm a Sheep appears, he will be supporting him down bottom on the Visage. It will be Jiggle Billy playing on the Sniper, headed in the mid lane. Pandago supporting up top with the Abaddon, and he will be supporting his good buddy Cakes, who is playing on the Clockwork.
So there have been no matches on record in Dota, which is over since like before TI2 that we actually got the API and was able to parse it. There have been both a Sniper and an Axe in the game together, whether they be on the same side or against each other.
Brian, this is Dota history.
Haven't been games. Haven't that they've been together.
So not only have they never been together, but solo mid against one another. This is this is ridiculous.
This is prime time. Some action bottom.
Yeah. Oh.
Mihawk.
And no, it's Darkseer.
He's wanting to be a little cute here.
Around.
Look at this.
Being cheeky. Yeah, he doesn't have Surge, only level 2, but Ryu Borez actually still hasn't skilled anything quite yet. I'm a Sheep. Will do some harassment, but also will take some in return. We'll just our dire side as well. We've got Team Revenge. Mihawk in the off-lane Darkseer here, pressuring Ryu Borez. Smash Solo Man on the Axe against Jiggle Billy. And up top it will be a tri-lane. Ben Yaz on the Slark. Stand-in Zitak on the Crystal Maiden. And Masoku on the Mirana.
Masoku.
Masoku. Masoku.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds kind of Japanese, and no, it's not.
Japanese.
Dude, Smash is doing some work on Chickle Billy.
Dude, he's smashing him.
I'm
7-1 versus 4-1 Sniper. So normally, I think the shrapnel / scatter build is a little bit better on Sniper, but against Axe, I think range is just so valuable here. Just outrange him, and then what's Axe going to do? Counter Helix doesn't have a big radius.
Right. Once he gets points into Battle Hunger, you're really going to need that last hit power with the range, because that helps you out with range and the headshot. Whoop, whoop, getting some damage done. Ooh. Jiggle Billy.
Whoa. But there will be an exchange as the Battle Hunger comes out. So very interesting. He does go second point in headshot, which is
for that last hit power.
A little bit interesting. Yeah, you need it for the last hit power, but I don't know. Headshot's an odd ability.
It's 40% chance to get a little extra damage. So
yeah,
I'd say it's worth it.
Sniper's got a weird laugh. So all right, let's check out our other lanes here. Up top, of course, the leading farmer is Slark. Mirana is farming. Most of her last hits are from the neutrals here. So I guess this is technically a support Mirana coming out.
If only there was a way to normalize creeps.
Oh, if only.
To the score of melee range creeps or lane creeps, so you'd know how much jungle creeps are worth. That would be cute, wouldn't it?
That would be nice. If
only someone could do that.
Yeah, there's a disparity here. Mirana with 7 CS makes her seem a little bit more powerful than she is. Up top, Cakes will take a frostbite, and he's in some trouble. Ben Yaz will pursue into the tower, and won't have enough to finish him off. If only Mirana was nearby for a couple of extra right clicks, that probably would have been a kill. Meanwhile, in the mid, Abaddon has rotated in to try and help out Jiggle Billy.
And this wasn't even I'm going to rotate to come gank. This was you need help, buddy. I'm going to come help you out.
You could use an aphotic shield, my friend. So Smash is really doing a good job, though. 14-1 against the 12-6 Sniper. I mean, he's giving Jiggle Billy a run for his money here. And now that the creeps shove into the tower, look at this smart play from Axe. Put the Battle Hunger on when the creeps are in the tower, recognizing Sniper can't last hit against the tower that easily, and doing really a fair bit of damage.
eHug, he's gonna in this bottom lane. He's gonna surge himself up. He's been playing really cheeky.
Very aggressive. He only has 4 CS though, which is rather unfortunate. And one of the problems with Darkseer in the off lane is, although he can pick up farm himself and be annoying, he can't really deny farm from opponents. So Ryu Borez is having a pretty good time. He is 16-6.
Right, as long as you have enough regen in the lane, you can kind of just man up on him. And we're going to see some movement. I like this movement out of Masoku coming bottom. If you're going to be running a support Mirana, you need to be getting a lot of kills, a lot of arrows fired to try to set things up. It's going to be hard because I'm worried about the follow-up damage that a Darkseer gives, which is not much. But we'll see. Oh, he's going to go on the Sniper. See, this I like.
Yeah, a rotation in, and Smash will go up top. He grabs himself a haste rune, and looks like there's a kill coming out. Cakes, he will get caught by a pounce from Slark. Cogs comes, support from the Abaddon as well. Will it be enough to keep him alive, though? C-Talk doesn't have anything left. Axe coming in. He'll go ahead and grab the Abaddon to try and buy some time. They secure the kill on the Clockwork. Now Smash diving the tower. He is not level 6, cannot decapitate the Abaddon.
I don't think about... Oh, he's going to TP in time. Yes, he's going to get back in time. Ooh. Just barely.
Wow. So Axe will rotate back towards the mid. I don't even think Axe got an assist for that. No, he didn't. He's still 0-0-0. So
he went straight into the Abaddon. It was kind of a greedy setup because they almost lost the Slark because Cakes had several points. He had 2 points in battery assault, so he almost killed the Slark. But it was they were able to do enough damage to finish him off, as they should have. But Smash went for the really aggressive, cut off the support so we can try to get a double kill.
Oh,
but it just wasn't enough.
That arrow was really close to connecting on Jiggle Billy. He almost walked into it, but he did juke it just at the last second. That most certainly would have been a kill had that Sacred Arrow been on point. Axe very close to level 6. Sniper did have a little bit of solo time in the lane. He is partway through level 6 as well. So
look at this posturing from this Mirana.
Yeah, seriously. Just hiding in the trees. It is nighttime, so this is the ideal time to try and chuck arrows.
She needs to get a kill soon, though. She's only level 2. If she doesn't get a kill soon, she's going to be kind of dragging the team down. Here's the arrow. We'll fly.
Oof, just off the mark.
See, these are kind of low percentage arrows, too.
Yeah. It is nighttime, so I see what he's going for, but this is just not a good use of time right now.
The snipe, it's not going to be enough damage. Notice how he popped the Berserker's Call to give himself a little extra armor there before it hit. It doesn't actually matter because Assassinate's magical. But he did it anyway, I think just to be a little bit cute.
Yep. Well, I'm a sheep. Will get engaged on by Masoku. And in comes Mihawk as well for a bit of follow-up damage. Ryu Borez, only level 5, but does secure the kill on the Mirana as Pandago comes in. They're trying to keep Sheep alive. Mihawk manning up hard right here.
Look at him salving!
does have another surge, and yeah, he'll just walk away.
He was salving through the ion shell like a pro.
Those small instances of damage, man.
And Jigglebilly's doing pretty good. Just the fact that he's the highest farmer on the map right now, and he hasn't died.
Oh, Axe does get surged. He's going to try and do something to Jiggle here.
More of these basketball moves.
He can get off the... oh, wow, look at this with the ion shell. That's an easy kill. You don't really think about that synergy between Axe and Ishkafel, but wow, that's an easy kill on the sniper.
Jigglebilly just got too far out there.
Yeah,
and should have just kept running, because running back towards an Axe is never a good idea with Berserker's Call.
Yep. Never going to outrun him. So
spoke too soon. I kind of cursed our jiggling friend.
Our jiggling friend. Well, still a very even game on our hands. Golden experience just about zeroed out as it's fluctuating back and forth. Ben Yaz, our leading farmer right now, just about to break that 3K mark on the net worth. And Magnus is actually number 2 on the chart. So 2 position ones. Oh my gosh, this is just not my day, Brian.
I didn't see it coming either, sorry.
Abaddon, he'll get cut down. And Axe is actually really good against Abaddon because Calling Blade will go through borrowed time.
Which is why you don't pick Abaddon that early.
But Ryu comes in. RP into Skewer back. Now Smash in some trouble. He will go ahead and use that Berserker's Call. Takes a nuke from the Visage. He's trying to make the escape, but nowhere to go. They'll finish him off. And Sniper actually grabs a kill on the Mirana as well. Jigglebilly doing some damage. I did not catch that one, but level 3 Mirana. Pretty darn easy. Even just a single snipe. How much? Only 560 hit points. I keep calling it snipe, but it's assassinate. Does 350. So
yeah. After magical reduction, that's well over half her HP.
Yeah. Pretty significant damage coming out.
I want to see someone go for the ridiculously silly, like Arcane Boots Yule's build, where you do nothing but just spam assassinate on cooldown. I want to see it.
I mean,
I don't think it's good. I just want to see it.
I don't want to say it's viable, but it's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
It's terrible, but I want to see it.
It still does a lot of damage, though.
Cakes, he's going to trap the Crystal Maiden up top.
Oh, Z-Talk. Wrong place at the wrong time. The patience from Cakes pays off, but he doesn't have the damage, or does he? There's the Rocket Flare. Now Benya is actually taking a lot of damage as well. Will be forced to Shadow Dance. Cakes is in big trouble here. Pounce coming up in just about 2 seconds. Abaddon is inbound, and he will save his good buddy. Now
he's
Benya
got one charges, but I don't think he can get close enough for a Cogs.
Yep. So, well played by the Slark, though. Axe cutting this mid lane.
Look at this aggressive. Revenge has 3 heroes currently past the tier 1 mid without the tier 1 mid dead.
Yeah. Arrow off the mark as Ryu Borez does scoot forward. Jigglebilly, the target in sight of Smash, but he will be forced to retreat. More support coming in the danger zone. Well. Yeah, this is a big rotation, though. There are now 4 members of eHug in the mid lane, and they're not going to be able to capitalize on a kill.
This has been some very interesting movement out of both teams.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting game. That's safe to say, I think. Ryu Borez is doing rather well, though. He does have Arcane Boots off, another 600 in the bank, so he'll be pulling towards that Blank Dagger, and he'll have it at a decent time. The mid lane has been pretty even as well in terms of net worth. Axe grabbing a few more last hits there, so he will jump up by a few hundred gold, but he's only about 200 ahead of Jiggle. All in all, it's been a pretty break-even in the mid. I thought Sniper would have a slightly easier time, to be frank. He did go that max take-aim build as well.
Right. That's just the best thing to have. It's so strong now. I mean, that's the reason why we're starting to see Sniper get picked, is because of the recent buffs to his take aim ability. A max level 400 range. I believe he starts out with 550. He does indeed start out with 550.
Takes
so
him to 950.
Whew, that's a lot.
That's pretty far back.
That's almost as far away as Clockwork's ultimate, I believe. Range at level. Oh, no,
Cakes,
twice as far.
He's cancel casting, but he misses the point blank hook shot again, and now he may pay for it. He gets the Aphotic Shield. Smash pressing forward. The double damage rune gets picked up by Mirana. Axe won't be able to give him the axe, as they say. Now Ryu Borez coming in. Cancel casting on the Shockwave as well. I was going to say nice cancel casting from Cakes, but didn't work out. Mirana will get denied by the neutrals.
Nice. Well played.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was an idiot before. I said that like take aim was almost as far as hook shot. Hook shot's like 2,000 range. It's very far. Oh, the Bone 7 Sama build out of the Darkseer. This Midas.
Ooh.
This Midas, though, I hate it. It's so.
Dude, I thought you were gonna say the Bone 7 Clockwork build. I was like, oh my god, is Cake's actually getting armlet? This is awesome.
No, Mihawk's going the Midas on Darkseer.
You got me excited for a second. Midas on Darkseer is
so
not as interesting.
He gets nothing from attack speed whatsoever.
Yeah.
Look how slow he is. I know he can surge like every little bit, but I
It's okay. I don't mind the Midas on Darkseer too much. I think we've actually had a conversation about this. I know how much you hate it. But Darkseer is a hero that, like, if he can get up some cool items, like if he gets a pipe, a quick mech, he can start being a playmaker.
Like, who else is going to build a mech on this team?
Yeah, I mean,
Masoku. It might actually. The Axe might build it. That wouldn't be a terrible decision.
I think Axe needs either blade mail or just moving
or
towards
blink.
the blink.
He needs blink.
I mean, he needs blink for sure, but he may need an item in the interim.
So Mirana's not getting it anytime soon. Neither is Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
And also a sniper on Hand of Midas on the sniper, which I like a lot better because he actually benefits from attack speed.
Right, that makes a big difference. And yeah, the attack speed isn't that great on Darkseer. It's not the most cost-effective item, but he can just clear the jungle so quickly that the Midas
that's the point. Yeah,
lets him get out of control pretty fast.
The point is, I mean, Darkseer is one of the better late-game intelligence heroes that aren't carries per se.
For sure.
Because wall scales very well, so you want to farm up items on. Items are pretty good on him. Aghanim Scepter. Scythe of Vice are all very good items on a Darkseer.
Pipe, all that.
Exactly. And so it makes sense that you want to get a lot of gold on him, but when you use something like a Midas, you're spending 2,000 gold on something that doesn't benefit you at all.
It's definitely not an every game kind of a thing, but I guess they're anticipating that eHug are going to want to take this a little bit more passive, get that sniper farmed up.
It hasn't been a passive game. Well, okay, I guess wanting to get the sniper farmed up.
I mean, 8 kills in 12 minutes, that's passive-ish. It's not the most aggressive game we've seen. It's not super passive, but I wouldn't call this an aggressive game. 1 kill a minute is kind of that gold standard. So there.
Anytime you have a support Mirana, you're not wanting to play passive.
That's a very good point, though. Yeah, that is a little bit weird. Well, we'll see how it works for him.
I mean, I guess Mirana is one of the better transitioners, but
still, I mean, she's not transitioning to anything scary anytime soon.
A Mirana late game without farm is just nothing.
Yeah,
she's a walking ult. Oh, the arrow's always good at all points in the game. But
and speaking of the arrow, almost clips Ryu Borez. A lot of close arrows from this Mirana, but unfortunately, Masoku, Jesus.
Come on, dude.
Oh boy,
dude, look at this courier, man. We got the El Super Gato. Look at him.
El Gato. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute.
I don't have enough Beyond the Summit views to have El Super Gato.
Yeah, I don't have El Super Gato. Jeez. We don't get views for casting.
No. I think there's a way to fix that. We gotta work on that. I was talking about how it's not been that passive, and it's totally being that passive right now. Nothing's going on.
Passive.
Masoku continues posturing himself in a way as to not get any experience ever. 14 minutes, he's still not level 6. And they need this level 6. They need this Moonlight Shadow to be able to start going ganking.
Yeah. They're okay, though. Axe now has his blink up.
Oh, he'll blink on Jiggle Billy.
He'll use it on to Jiggle Billy in the mid lane, but there's the Aphotic Shield. Will cleanse him up, and now Smash has to about face.
Aphotic Shield removes the Berserker's Call. That's good.
Very good. The Axe and Abaddon are like two of those weird heroes where they sort of counter each other.
Yeah.
You know, like Culling Blade can cut through the borrowed time, but then you can also cleanse Axe's taunt and the Battle Hunger. So
I still think Axe comes off better than that, but you're right.
Down bottom, Smash does connect with the taunt onto. Oh wait, no, that's a Battle Hunger.
He got the Battle Hunger. He missed the call. Yeah.
Yeah, he missed the call.
He's still gonna get killed.
Cakes is still dead. Too much damage. Double Ion Shell. Just too much. So maybe they'll be able to grab a tier 1 tower kill mid. Jiggle Billy just chipping away. Still no points in Shrapnel. But that's okay. He can just chip it down. Meanwhile, up top, Revenge looking for some kills. Ryu Borez cancel casting the RP.
Clutch level 6. Masoku found it.
Yep.
Off after getting that kill bottom.
Pretty huge. Moonlight Shadow. Oh, Jiggle Billy, you're in some trouble. But Aphotic Shield will be here. Arrow connects, and that's an easy decapitation.
See how important that level 6 was?
Yeah, Pandago, he's in trouble as well. Only level 5, no borrowed time. Revenge starting to grab some momentum here, Brian.
And they should own this mid game. With heroes like Slark, Darkseer, Mirana, Axe. Like, they've kind of put all into the mid game, which is why I really don't understand the Midas on Darkseer. But this is where they're absolutely going to thrive. They're going to be able to gank every time Moonlight Shadow is off cooldown with good arrows. They'll have Axe being able to blink in and do a lot of damage. Crystal Maiden is great mid game for the amount of sustain that she gives heroes. Axe's mana pool is awful. But with someone like Crystal Maiden getting a lot of points up in the aura, it's a little bit better.
That's true. The aura does come in handy here.
And Slark is one of the more mid-game oriented carries we've seen.
And he does have a Shadow Blade up already and an Orb of Venom, so he is going to be a space creator. And Darkseer, I know that Midas is starting to kick in here, Brian. He's got himself a mech.
Not. He would have already had the mech.
Yeah, but now, we'll hold that thought as Ben Yaz. He's in some trouble. Cogs inside the tower. Shadow Dance. Yeah, that won't be close enough. Tries to use the Dark Pack, but nice Cogs from Cakes will keep him in the tower and makes for an easy kill. Now, one thing that is nice about the Midas on Darkseer is he can focus on moving around a little bit more and trying to set up kills and just use that Midas to grab farm instead of just AFKing in the jungle. Yeah, so it does open up a farming tool where he doesn't have to just AFK and can still get items up. But I'm a sheep, and yeah, point your case right here. His Hand of Midas is actually off cooldown, but they get a kill on Visage.
Just chopping people's heads off, man.
Yeah, axes. He's giving people that axe. Up top, we will see eHug pressuring the top tier 1 tower, doing a fair bit of damage. I'm not sure if Revenge are actually going to rotate for defense. It looks like they may try and just pressure bottom, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
Ooh, look at this TP.
And okay,
I'm surprised they didn't try to camp around that little glowing ball of light and try to kill him.
Slark feeling brave. I mean, even if he got cogged, I guess he could have pounced out.
Yeah, they didn't have a whole lot of really solid lockdown there.
Yeah,
so talking about
their only big lockdown, actually.
That's true. So talking about just how well Revenge owns this mid game as we see some action going on bottom.
Yep, 2 ports into the bottom tier 1 tower. Ryu Borez does not have an RP available here. Cakes will join the party as well.
Ooh, big wall.
Vacuum into wall, yes indeed. But it will cost Mihawk. He gets left behind and just obliterated. The rest of his team kind of leaves him high and dry here. They're playing with the Visage familiars. And Moonlight Shadow did come out, but there are some sentries down. Arrow gets absorbed by that bird there. And oh, hook shot onto Masoku.
He's hitting hook shots.
Yep, and he did have a Cogs available, but of course Marana can just leap over him, so doesn't burn it.
And even though we saw eHug get the last 2 kills, like I said, Revenge should do pretty well in this mid game. But as we saw with the last axe we saw in a competitive play as
Jiggle Billy, Ben Yaz hops forward, connects us with the pounce, just drops the sniper. Marana also finds a kill on the Visage back in the lane, and in the mid, Axe finishes off that tier 1 tower. Ryu Borez will skewer back the Slark as he pounced. That was weird. He pounced into the skewer.
He kind of did a tumble there.
Yeah. And, well, just nobody dies. That was just weird. I've never really seen that before.
Can I finish my thought, guys? Am I going to get rudely interrupted again by action?
Do or two, Brian.
If the last time we saw a competitive axe was just yesterday, Liquid ran it against Cloud9. No, it was someone.
I forget.
I can't remember who they ran it against.
I know Bulba played axe.
Bulba played it and did really well. Actually, was maybe 6-1, 7-1.
We saw Jimmy play axe yesterday.
Yes, that's true as well. But after he went 7-1, he finished the game 11-11. Axe is a hero that doesn't exactly scale as a late game hero.
Yeah, very momentum based.
So if eHug can kind of withstand the onslaught here for the next 10-15 minutes, I think I really have to give the edge to them. If Revenge is able to really embargo their jungle effectively and their farm, maybe they can last a little bit longer, but I think it's all going to come down to how soon Revenge can end it, which might not be very soon because they don't have a whole lot of pushing power.
Yeah, they're
basically mid-game killers, but not mid-game finishers.
Yeah, they've got a sizable lead, but it's not big enough quite yet. 4,000 gold, 5,000 experience. Oh, Smash, you're in some trouble. Hook shot into the skewer, and RP almost turns it around on Cakes, and he actually
gets him with the battle hunger.
Oh, man.
Too strong.
Axe will fall, and that's a big chunk of gold going to Ryu Borez, but still, a 1-for-1. Not too bad.
What was it? Did he pop Necrobook, and the Necrobook kill the Clockwork?
I guess that must have been it, because
I don't think because I don't think the battle hunger did enough damage.
No, the battle hunger didn't do enough. That's why I was that's why I kind of stopped like, yeah, I think that rocket killed the Necrobook.
Clockwork hits Necronomicon. Archer.
Look at you using the log. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I look for in a co-caster. So, yeah, Revenge, they need to do crippling damage here in the mid-game. And they're, well on their way. They're doing a fair bit, but that window is quickly closing. And like you said, their pushing power isn't really that great. They've only knocked down two Tier 1 towers. So, they're doing okay. The problem with this sniper as well, he will eventually hit critical mass, phase boots now into Drum of Endurance, and, of course, that Hand of Midas we talked about with another 1,600 sitting in that bankroll. Jigglebilly is starting to come online a little bit, also at level 11, but he's still going to be susceptible to this axe throughout the entire game.
Yeah, it was the Necrobook Warrior.
Yeah, it was the Necrobook. Okay.
But
even once we get towards the late game, Sniper's going to do a lot of damage, but even a BKB, that's not going to stop Axe from hopping on top of you and doing some damage, trying to zone you out.
Exactly.
So they're gonna struggle throughout this entire game, even when Sniper starts to get scary. It's more about initiation than anything else between the Axe and the Clockwork, as well as the Magnus. Who catches who once we get out of this mid game when Revenge are rather tilted.
And it's like Smash was reading my mind when I was talking about them not having a lot of good push. And he picks up the Necro.
What does he do? Grabs a Necro book.
It's a good play. If you have a good mid game team and you're winning the game, but you're worried about the amount of push you have, get Necro books.
Jiggle Billy's in some trouble. They try to vacuum him into an arrow slightly off the mark. And now Crystal Maiden joining the fray as well. She's just going to go ahead and do the YOLO freezing field. Jiggle Billy trying to hope for that interrupt. Moonlight Shadow comes out as well. Jiggle is still alive, but not for long. One more auto attack ought to do it. No,
the Aphotic Shield.
Oh, it's close range arrow onto Pandago. Borrowed time on cooldown, but he'll walk away with 18 hit points to spare.
Gosh.
Ryu Borez throwing out the RP there. Now Cakes. Oh, wow. Snipe coming out onto the Darkseer. This is so much damage coming out, but they can't secure the kills. Now they turn it around on the Darkseer. Magnus coming in. Mirana's in some trouble, although Cake's in even more trouble. Clockwork falls, as is the Mirana. Smash stuck inside the cogs, taking some familiar stuns. He is in such an aggressive position, but nobody from eHug can do anything about it.
He doesn't have a TP.
So he's
kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's got the blink. There you go. And the tower falls. Back-to-back towers going down by the Dire. The bottom tier 2 gets pushed
Jiggle Billy wants him some.
Oh, and he'll get it.
Yep. Well, that was amazingly well played by eHug. That should have honestly been a 3-0 trade going towards Revenge.
They had 2 heroes walk away with like 15 hit points.
Pandago played fantastic. The Aphotic Shield onto the Sniper was able to absorb just enough damage. He ate the arrow and then ended up not dying. So good plays out of him, turning a bad situation to a good one. And Jiggle Billy is going to get gone on again by Binyaz.
There's support coming in, though. The Aphotic Shield, Miscoil combo. He'll hop forward. He wants Pandago.
Oh, Pandago eating another ability.
Wow.
He did not want to pounce onto the Abaddon there.
Pandago's really been playing well this game. He's been at the right place at the right time very consistently.
You know, like I said, we'll see if it was worth the pick. Yeah. Because they picked it early, and it's kind of counterable. And his Aphotic Shields have been on point. So yeah, I'm going to say this pick was a good one.
That's the big thing with Abaddon is just the positioning. We'll see a hook shot onto Benyaz up top. He'll pounce over the cogs, and that'll be the end of it there, though the Crystal Maiden gets picked off in the mid lane by Ryu Borez. Meanwhile, up top, Cakes will get gone on, so he'll get turned around. Again, Cakes is just...
Why would you even... Okay, so you're up in the opponent's jungle. You just killed a lot of them there, which means they just all respawn, which means they're all going to be at full health and mana and able to TP. And you go on a Slark who you have no chance of killing in the first place.
Yeah, he's just going to hop
out. And then he leaves himself exposed away from the rest of his team. It's kind of those Bambo plays.
Yeah.
It's a high risk, low reward. Like, whatever happens, you're not really going to get anything out of it. You're just doing it to be cute.
So you pull out your calculator, your expected value there is like vastly in the negatives. I'm not really sure what the plan was. So anyway, Cakes will pay for it. Revenge now 13 to 12, 24-minute mark. There is a level 3 Necronomicon up on Act. The last recipe is actually still sitting back at home, but it will be delivered before too long. And glancing at the net or at the gold graph here, it's about 7,500 gold, 5,000 experience going the way of Revenge. eHug are still hanging in there just fine. Sniper getting scarier, now has Mask of Madness. Very squishy Sniper build.
Yeah.
I worry for Jiggle Billy a little bit.
Yeah, this is very greedy out of Jiggle Billy. The fact that he's only died 3 times is actually pretty impressive.
Wow, Slark has a Scotty up.
This is a very good build. Shadowblade and the Scotty I like a lot.
Yeah, it's more the timing that I mean, a 25-minute Scotty after Shadowblade is pretty darn good, and Slark is the top farmer at about 11.5k on the net worth chart.
The only really damage they're worried about, or that Slark is worried about, is Sniper. He's not going to get caught in cogs with battery assault, so he doesn't have to worry about that, really. He might get caught in RP, but Magnus isn't going to deal the damage. It's the Sniper. And so by going Scotty, he gets both raw health and some agility points that go into armor. So it's much more effective than just getting armor or just getting raw health.
Right.
So Scotty's a very good item versus Sniper for that reason.
Well, Revenge will try and sneak a Roche right here using the Necro Book. Cakes on point with the Rocket Flare. Will scout it out. They are well aware of what's happening in the Roche pit. The question is, will eHug get there in time to contest? And the answer to that question is yay.
It's a really slow Roche.
Yeah. No minus armor, no medallion up quite yet.
Hook shot.
And I whiffed that one. Mirana does get picked off. They will be forced out of the Roche pit.
Pandago's going in.
Yeah, they're going on Pandago here. He'll burn that borrowed time very early on. Now he could be in some trouble. Benyaz popping in. There's the RP. He gets put down the Roche pit. Darkseer will get dropped as well. But Smash comes in. He's doing a lot of damage. Finishes off the Visage, the Abaddon. Now where can he go? Ryu Borez will get engaged on by the Slark. Does he have enough damage? They'll finish him off before he can pour it out.
And Smash's going on Jiggle Billy bottom. Still, he's chasing him. He wants blood.
Yeah, Jiggle Billy trying to stop that blink from coming off cooldown. He's doing this well, but
he's dead.
Jiggle has no way to make it out. The range on that culling blade just too much, and Revenge will come out the victors. Now, there were some buybacks used there. Just a singleton buyback from the Darkseer, but a very convincing team fight for the Dire, I think, needless to say.
All right. So Revenge taking advantage of the fact that they do have the better mid game, forcing fights even though they went into Roche and realized that they weren't going to be able to do it straight out when one of the heroes got picked off. They kind of baited out a fight there, and they fought it 4v5 and won.
Yeah, Mirana died before they even really took that engage, so it was just convincing from Revenge. The problem was just Axe. I mean, Smash played that so well. He hopped in, caught 3 with the Berserker's Call, 2 instant kills, and Pandago... I don't know what happened, but that borrowed time got procced really early on.
Yeah, we were watching the Roche. We didn't see the route he took in, but somebody caught him out, or he hit R for some reason.
Yeah, I guess he just used it, maybe anticipating more damage.
Because he was at full health when we saw him borrowed too. So
yeah, I don't know. I guess he just used it. I don't know why. Maybe it was just a misplay. Maybe that's all it comes down to.
He might have been getting ganked mid and we didn't see it because we were watching the Roche.
Yeah.
And we'll have a pause come out.
He did take a little bit of damage, but it definitely wasn't enough to proc the threshold, so. That was also the first kill they found on Ryu Borez. He was 6-0-3, now going to be 6-1-3, so that will slow him down a little bit. He's working towards the refresher, has up the Oblivion Staff, and only 600 remaining. As we move into a pause, Papita is reconnected. I don't know who that is, but it's a cute name.
That's a cute name.
Is that like Papa Bear, but little?
Well, yeah, Papita, because all the itas are just means little.
Little Papita.
Yeah.
Senorita.
It's kind of like a pet name.
Senorita, the
little girl.
Little girl. Is that right?
Well, it's not like little girl as in like.
I think it's a sexist reference. Like you're a little man, senor, senorita.
Well, there's a lot of like inherent like sexual specification in Spanish because there's male and female tenses.
Everything is la or el.
Yeah, or yeah.
Oh yeah, everything has a that's weird. Everything has a sex.
Everything has a gender. Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, that takes a while to get your mind wrapped around the.
And it's funny what things are considered masculine and what things are considered feminine.
Yeah, it's funny when it's like inanimate objects.
Right.
When it's just like map, very masculine. Like, oh right.
Yeah, that's interesting. But we're back.
I remember that exception because usually things that end in A get the law, but it's El Mapa.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that knowledge bomb right there.
That high school Spanish.
Yeah, high school Spanish. Yeah, it's about the extent of my. I can always say useless things. Like I can ask what time it is, where the library is.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Oh, sí, sí. Sí, señor.
Okay, now you're getting racist.
No. My Spanish is okay. La manzana.
The sí, señor. That was pretty bad.
Right, that was pretty bad, but still.
All right, so.
I wish I was bilingual. Oh, hook shot in on to Smash. And about this, Cakes. He's going to do a lot of return damage. Also with the Necronomicon units. Cakes will walk away. He gets support from the team.
They want blood. This warrior's going deep.
Dude, Axe is scary. Oh! There we go. He catches 2 with the Berserker's Call. Smash going in hard. In comes the... wow,
so much team fight.
Out. But Revenge come out the victors. Wow. That Darkseer wall doing some serious work.
It really countered the RP.
Is that the GG? Wow.
GG?
eHug tap out.
Revenge?
Revenge looking good, man. Look at you, eHug. Those odds.
I told you it would be an upset, but it's not surprising.
It's not an upset, man. I still think that it was a pretty 50-50 matchup, to be frank. Revenge have been playing well. Smash is like, he's really good.
He was smashing him in that time.
Dude, he's really good. I mean, people know that, but he just played Axe against Sniper Mid, and I don't really think that favors Axe very much.
It's okay.
But it's
kind of
weird. It's hard to judge that matchup, but he played that Axe really well. The Necronomicon came out. I mean, that's like not an item you think of when you think Axe. Like, oh yeah, let me just go ahead and get Necro Book after my blink. But it was really a smart choice.
Because I mean, you pop Berserker's Call and you have your minions there to help add some additional DPS.
Yeah, I mean, you saw at the end, Cakes hopped in on him. Classic Clockwork solo hook shot, gets him inside the cogs, battery assault. He pops the Necro units. They got outside the cogs, so they didn't absorb too much of the battery assault, but still, plenty of damage coming out, and, I mean, they needed that push.
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome.
And they had a lot of kind of AoE abilities that they didn't like. Are the Magnus RP, if you catch Necronomicon Warriors, it's there in the group, and you're using a lot of abilities, and you accidentally kill one, last roll damage can get on you.
Ben Jazz, or Ben Yaz, however you want to pronounce it. That Slark was pretty dirty as well. 3-1 and 7. Shadowblade Scotty, Basher at the end.
Good build.
He was scary, dude. He did a lot of damage. That Slark was making plays left and right.
I don't know about all these Mask of Madness builds on the squishiest heroes in the game. It's like kind of going like the Eternal Envy build with the Drow, where if you're gonna do that, get some like mobility items. Like even Envy, when he goes Midas, Mask of Madness, Maelstrom, at least gets a blink first.
See, part of the problem with that Jiggabilly build, let's look at his items. He went phase into, phase into Midas, into Drums, into Mask of Madness, into Maelstrom. That's like this. Aside from the Drums, like the squishiest build you can do. And I mean, Drums are a good HP buffer, but that's not very much.
Yeah, it's like 9 points of strength. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I even think Power Treads are almost the way to go on Sniper. The Phase Boots can be okay. The Sprint is good, but attack speed synergizes well with him.
You also Tread Switch to get some Assassinates off, because he uses up a lot of your mana pool.
Yeah, he has mana issues. I don't know. I don't know if Phase Drum is the way to go, and it was just too squishy. I mean, like we were talking about, even if that game went later and Sniper ended up getting really fat, maybe they fed him a couple of kills, maybe he got Roche, he still is going to have the problem of how do you deal with an axe that jumps on top of you.
Exactly. And I was really happy with the way they transitioned in the mid-game. Like, they knew they were going to win this mid-game, and so they're like, okay, well, we have to finish fast. And so Axe built a Necro Book, and they started really pushing fights. They went for aggressive Roches. They knew the other team saw them. They even got picked off with a player and still fought because they knew they had the mid-game advantage. So
yeah,
it was good game sense.
Really good.
And that shows that they're an experienced team that's played together for a while. They know where their strengths lie.
Yeah, and if we take a look at the grid, I believe that pushes Revenge now 2-0. Yeah, so they're off to a good start. They've taken out two of the easier teams, eHug and CNB. You know, they're two lower-seeded teams coming into this group stage, but they're still looking good. Revenge is definitely a team to keep an eye out for, and they have a better record than Team Dog now, who are 1-1.
Yep.
So very interesting how this round robin is starting to unfold. That's it for us today, though. That wraps up our Starladder coverage. Starladder China.
Fun stuff.
Starts in how many hours? 8 hours? 7 hours? 4 hours?
No, 6 hours.
6 hours. It starts in the middle of the night. 6 hours.
I'm from Alabama. My public education didn't serve me well. What are you talking about?
Good math. Good math. So we have a break, and then we get to do it all over again starting in 6 hours. So thank you for joining us, guys. I'm Zyori. With me for that last set of games was K-Pop-Tosis. Make sure you follow us both on Twitter at ZyoriTV, at K-Pop-Tosis, at Beyond the Summit, and use that hashtag SLTV when tweeting about Starladder. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Have a good evening.
See you later.